run fans, to a beautiful sunny day on the south coast. I'm Sam, and you join me for episode 2 of my recovery from a femoral neck stress fracture. More about that in episode 1 if you haven't seen that yet. This is my second run back. 2 days ago did my first run. It was a walk run. It involved 4 minutes walking and then a minute of running. I ended up doing a bit more, like about 7 or 8k of mixed running, walking, whilst I was trying to film my first video, which was quite tricky at times, trying to find places to talk, not near people, but I'm getting a bit more confident with that, so we'll see if anyone passes us. I'm on a nice beautiful trail run today, going up a hill called High Down, and yeah, same again really, doing walking for about 4 minutes and then running for 1 minute. I did a 15-minute warm-up. Leg is feeling okay, a little bit achy. I think there's some phantom pains and stuff like that, but I'm trusting the process, going nice and slow, listening to my body, and we'll see where it takes us today. So last week's video was all about how I got the injury, details of that and what I did to try and get my body ready for this next part, and this video is all about the next stage. So the first run's back, first few weeks back, and what the plan is. So my overall goal for the next sort of year or 8 months even is to try and run a sub 3 hour marathon when I do Manchester Marathon in April. Now it's a bit of a stretch goal. It was the goal before I obviously got quite horrifically injured. But yeah, it's still the goal. The B goal is just to beat my personal best, which is a 3:17. So anything sub 3:15 would be amazing. Sub 3:10 would be great, but sub 3 is what I want to aim for because, you know, shoot for the stars. We'll see what happens. But before we get to that A goal, I've got plenty of other B goals and C goals. So I'm going to be doing Brighton half marathon in February. I'm going to do Brighton 10k in November. I'm going to be doing lots of fun run league races in West Sussex. There's a great community there of different clubs putting on different races. I want to be doing loads of park runs, different challenges. I want to do a sub 20 in Crocs, get to 17 minutes something in a 5k in normal shoes, and yeah, just various other different ideas and things that I want to bring to the channel for people to watch and enjoy, and also to keep the adventures and keep the excitement in my running as well. Right, that's about 4 or 5 runs done now. Yeah, so after that first run, I was really nervous afterwards. See how it felt, stuff like that, but it felt great. It's the first time in 4 and a bit weeks that actually I wasn't thinking about my leg. I wasn't getting changed and worried about my leg, and it's just there all the time. It's actually disappeared. So I think that's my brain's way of saying, right, time to get on with it. So here we are on our second run, 4 or 5 runs in. Feel a bit achy at the moment when I'm walking a bit more, but I think that's more down to just the muscles and stuff not being used to the actual impact of running and getting used to that again. So yeah, let's keep trying and see how we get on. So some of the key rehab exercises I'm doing, and I'm going to continue, so this will become prehab or whatever it's called, and I'll put them up on the screen as I talk over now, is lots of resistance band work, which you don't feel like you're doing loads, but it does make a big difference to your hip flexors and all those bits around your hips, which is great. So I've been doing some clamshells and some leg raises, and then what's called monster band walks, where you sort of walk about. Look a bit silly in the gym doing that, but you know, who cares. Then doing some RDLs with the kettlebell, a deep squat. That's really good, and I've really noticed my hip mobility and flexibility in that, because at first I couldn't do it whatsoever, whereas now I can go much deeper. In trainers it's obviously easier because your heels are slightly raised, but that's really good. Been doing that every day. Then calf raises, lots of calf strength work in the gym. I haven't got any videos of myself in the gym, but I've been doing lots of machines rather than free weights, just while my leg was getting back to it, because didn't want to add in extra hassle for my hip. So lots of static machines, leg press, hip extension, leg extension, etc. So yeah, that's going to be going on at least once a week in the off season, probably 2 or 3 times a week, just to keep that up and maintain that strength, really. Dangerous stuff, this trail running. Also been doing lots of stretching. Great YouTube channel, guy called Run with Ash. Been using his videos. He's got a 10-minute post-run workout, but I've been doing it even when I'm not running, and that's been really helpful. Lots of deep stretches, and it's very dynamic, so lots of moving into it, and you feel like you're really getting something out of it, and I think that's been a massive help. It's actually quite traily here. Yeah, and then also Irish physio. Been watching lots of his videos for plyometric work, starting to build that in now much more. Didn't want to do it while I was recovering, but now I'm back, I'm going to make that a big part of my sessions. That explosive power, box jump, single leg, hops, etc. So yeah, that'll be it. My actual plan for building back up is I'm doing walk runs for 2 weeks, so this week and next week, and then I'm going to be doing just 5k easy runs as I go along. I'll be filming some videos doing that stuff, avoiding doing any fast work or anything like that, so sticking to the trails maybe, because that'll force me just to chill out a little bit. Then just going to build up very slowly, listen to the body, up towards my sort of standard mileage in about 8 weeks time. So the Great South Run, which is in about 8 or 9 weeks I think, is my sort of target run back. I'm gonna pace my sister to it. I think it's 10 miles, about 16k, so that'll be a good little test for it, and one of my first sort of race videos that I'm gonna do. She doesn't know it yet. And then after that, Brighton 10k. That might be my first race at pace, depending on how I feel. I'd have done some park runs by then, I'm sure. I've got a great idea. I want to do a double park run in one day and beat the tail walkers of the second park run. So there's Worthing Park Run, then Lancing Beach Park Run, and it's about 3k between them both. So I reckon if you do a quick first one, quick middle bit, and then hang on for dear life towards the end, you can maybe beat that tail walker, and that'll make for a good little challenge. There's also a bus that runs between my sister's house and my parents' house, and it's exactly a half marathon distance, and the bus takes between an hour and an hour and a half. So another idea for when I'm back to fitness is I'm going to try and race the bus, stick one of my family members on the bus, go at a busy time, give myself the best chance, and try and run a half marathon quicker than the bus, to prove that legs beat wheels. Tell you what, the more and more I'm running, the better I'm feeling. Whether that's it warming up, hopefully it won't then come back and bite me when I've cooled down a bit, but it just feels different. It feels really good. It just comes in waves, the feeling of, have I done it too early? Have I done it wrong? Am I gonna go back to square one? Oh, it's such a nightmare. But yeah, I'm counting this is my off season really, between sort of now and November time. Then I'm gonna go into November, December, really building, and then start of January is when my sub 3 proper marathon plan starts, and that goes from January till April. It's about a 17-18 week plan, the one that I was trying to start completely incorrectly the other day. the other day, the other 17 weeks ago. So one of the big things about recovering from an injury, no matter how big or small, is the motivation and the mental side of things, because it can be really, really tough. And I think having goals, short term, long term, is really important for that. And that's why I straight away, even though I cancelled some races once I was injured, is looked ahead to further afield and had those long-term goals in my mind, because you will get that back there. Doesn't feel it sometimes, you think, oh, it's not going to happen, but it does, just slowly but surely, those little steps. Which brings me on to my other part, is along with the long-term goals, you've got to have those small little steps of your recovery where you can track that you are improving, you are getting better. Because if every day something's improving, it makes a massive difference, and before you know it, you're 17 weeks in and actually you're back running, and it feels great, and you can look back and see how you manage that, and next time you can get into it even quicker. Hopefully there's not a next time. Hopefully you do the right things. Hopefully I'm going to do the right things. I thought I'd give a little shout out to some of the apps and some of the gear that I've been using that has helped me on my journey back to doing what I'm doing right now. First thing is the resistance bands. Super cheap from eBay, loads of different resistances, easy to carry around, keep them in your pockets, keep them in your bags, and yeah, works absolutely perfectly. So shout out resistance bands. Any ones will do, I'm sure. Ooh, stack! Second is an app called Caliber. Now there's a paid version, I've got the free one, and it basically lets you set up workouts and you can track your progress. I was going to the gym and I was just doing things, forgetting what weights I was doing half the time and not really getting motivated by that progression, which I am in all other aspects of my life. So it really helped me to push forward, and you know, I've gone from doing certain leg press weights to now maxing out the machine. Didn't think I could do that, but seeing the progression, I was like, right, I want to challenge myself, see what I can do. So that's been really, really helpful. Third is the Bob and Brad massage gun. It's absolutely brilliant, but the key thing that sets it apart from lots of others that I haven't seen necessarily is it's got a really soft attachment. So when you've got injuries or very sore calves like I had the other day, you can use that and it eases it in and allows you to then use the firmer attachments, which is really good. Tell you what, done about 6.5k and I'm still quite far from the end of this run, but feeling good. These little breaks I'm doing are helping. Pace is nice. Yeah, once I get going properly, it's going to feel great. So 4 or 5 more like this, then we're good to go. Hopefully going to be posting once a week at least. I want to do a load of gear reviews, got plenty of super shoes to review. First one of those I'm going to record in the next couple of days and that'll be out. So keep an eye out for that. And just look to continue to build the channel, find things that are of interest to people, interest to me, and yeah, keep sharing the adventures. So if you do like what you hear, please do share and like and subscribe. It makes a massive difference. That's about it for today's run. I've still got 3 or 4k to go. We'll walk and run it in, making sure that we don't overdo it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for anyone that watched the other video. If you haven't yet, it's somewhere around here once I work out how to put that in. Yeah, until then, run fans, keep lining it up, enjoy, catch you next time.